Hello, my good students. Welcome back to our brand new series of War on the Sea, our Imperial Japanese Navy Tokyo Express mod Let's Play of War on the Sea. And you join me here with our dear sweet Mogami with such a beautiful looking ship. Oh, something about Imperial ships, they just look so good. I don't know what it is. Just a sleek design to me. But yeah, enough of that. Starting off the previous episode with a very nice couple wins. We have destroyed a Brooklyn and a Town class cruiser each, with an I-9. Actually, the I-9 is scoring a lot of kills. We got those two and a Haskell, reducing the supplies that did get to Guadalcanal from the Americans. So to our knowledge, they did actually put down some more fuel on Guadalcanal. Absolutely fine with that. As I say, that will mean that the Americans upgrade it for us before we invade it, or at least they should do. Although actually, if just thinking, if we do keep siphoning their supplies, that may not happen. But I'm hoping that the fuel remains persistent on the island. We shall have to see about that. That'd be very nice if it was, but a little bit exploitative if that does remain the case. But all's fair in love and war, of course. I think Sun Tzu himself said that, didn't he? He certainly said about using the enemy's supplies to your advantage. But enough of that. Once again, getting sidetracked, getting a little bit too excited for this new Let's Play, of course. So we're going to go back to the strategic map now and see what is happening with that. Pretty much the same deal as last episode, I believe. We'll have a quick look and see what's happening. Alrighty then, so the first order of business is actually to send the I-9 back to Rabaul, because it does only have 3 torpedoes left, and that is enough to sink a ship. But I want to have it on full stock, to be honest. We do have the I-16, a Type C, and the I-15, a Type B submarine searching for an aircraft carrier. But because they're not having any luck, and because we are losing the I-9 temporarily, we are going to send it to scout site Guadalcanal. I am going to just sit and watch Guadalcanal for quite a while until we do start getting troops on there. Or pretty much until it's ours, really, because I do want to siphon their supplies just a little bit. And of course, we have greater luck with Task Force 4 here, because we do have those 2 submarines. And the Type C, for those that don't know, it does have 20 torpedoes available, rather than the 17 and 18 from the Type A and B. But it can also launch 8 at a time, rather than the 6 that other submarines can, which does mean we have a greater opportunity there to hit multiple ships, or just bigger ships like a battleship, and sink it in one go, if that does come round to be the case. So also hoping it doesn't, because a battleship this close would be rather horrible for us, but we'll see what happens. We do already have a Yorktown, I believe it was, that we spotted, which was spotted where this map note is, but it was sighted after that, going down to the Santa Cruz Islands over here, just retreating a tad, perhaps a tad aware of our submarines, because it did spot it with a Glen. So okay, not a problem there. We are going to carry on scouting with our Jakes as per usual, because we haven't spotted any major wildcat threats recently. I am going to launch another Jake out just to stagger them a little, get that round at Guadalcanal, and that can go up round here, do some very tight recon like that. We're going to launch yet another one off of the Mogami as well, just so we have some constant sights. These particular Jakes we're launching right now won't have the best flight time just yet. We do only have just over an hour's worth of flight time available for today. And that will bring us on to day 3, which is brilliant stuff. We are waiting to get resupplied. Let's double check exactly what we'll get when we get resupplied. So far we'll get 84 points, which is actually very nice. That should give us about 89 in total, which is brilliant. That would be enough for a very nice supply convoy to go straight to Guadalcanal, and perhaps a destroyer or maybe another submarine to help us out there. But that's for the future. We're going to think of the now. And for the now, scouting and hunting with subs, really. So let's carry on, shall we? Okay, so does anyone remember from the first episode, not too long ago, that we did come into contact with a Wichita group? Or a group led by Wichita, of course. There is only one Wichita in the series. We have come into contact with exactly that. What we're going to do is try and get a little bit closer with both submarines here. See how it goes, because it can, of course, only go at a certain very slow speed here. Going to identify the Wichita here. Gonna fire at it, I think, with the I-16 here. Just go for it like that. Where are we? Let's go to heavy cruiser Wichita. Thank you very much. And I think with the I-15, we're actually going to try and target the escorting Brooklyn, like that. Go to CL and Brooklyn. Thank you. Okay, so you know what? I don't think we're going to follow these nav points. I think what we're going to do is turn around. That's the wrong way, you fool. That's the problem of looking at the map purely for your navigation. And what we're going to do is turn around and actually go towards them a little bit. I'm going to just watch it a tad. I think that will do there. And slow down and go over here. Brilliant stuff. So what is our distance? We're just under 5 kilometers away from them, and that is lovely stuff. We're not going to upscope just yet. There is, of course, the possibility will be spotted. Just a little possibility there. The visibility is 67%. Sea state is 2, so they will have a very nice sonar contact on us. Although with visibility, that does get affected by it a tad. 2 kilometers, I think, is the highest active sonar range, and that is at 100% visibility. So we should be okay here, and you know what? We've got some very nice solutions, so we're actually going to stop now so we don't create so much noise with our leading ship. Our second ship does also have AC 6% solution at the moment, so we are going to stop here. This is the Type C, I believe, and indeed it is. So, I'm going to fire off. I want to fire 5 torpedoes from this with a 1 degree spread there. That does carry over to our second ship. So we're going to fire off from the Type C first, because that is further away. And of course, that's the one I really want to hit there. So we're going to fire them off now. And we're going to fire off from this particular ship a 4 at a 1 degree spread. We're at a 90% solution now, or thereabouts. So going to give the torpedoes here a little bit of travel time to get going, so that we can match them up at a decent speed there, decent distance, so hopefully they don't have too much time to react. Actually, with this, I am going to, I think, spread it to a 2 degree solution. Let's fire that off and see how it goes. The Wichita is my higher priority here, by far, because there is only one in the series. So if we get that, that would be brilliant stuff. We are going to dive down now to slightly slower speed than that and actually run away. And the Type C is going to do that as well. Oh, I didn't realise, I completely forgot my scope was not up, so I'm going to put that straight back down. It's a force of habit, really, to be honest. But our torpedoes are looking very decent at the moment. We can see them on the mini-map there. Not looking too bad at all. Really hoping that they weave through the destroyers rather than hit them. Too many times have I tried hitting like a carrier, let's say, and our torpedoes have hit a escorting destroyer or something rather than weave through them, which has really squandered our chances there. Not looking too bad there. Probably should have given them a wider spread on the leading spread here, but not a problem, not a problem. They will not hit anything if they miss. That is what I'm worried about there. But actually, they're not looking too bad at all, are they? So I'm going to shut up and we're going to enjoy this. Alrighty then, so I think we have a very nice couple hits there. The Brooklyn has suffered a magazine detonation, so we should be able to just wait around for that. There we go, just as we were saying. Oh, very nice strike indeed. So only 2 torpedoes and that whole strike actually missed. I will live with that if that means that we got 2 ships in that strike. Oh, the bounties of having 2 submarines in one task force, eh? Look at that. That is an excellent start to the day. Oh, there's something just so good about seeing these ships sink. It's just lovely to see. Yeah, not really much point in waiting around here, to be honest. Yeah, so let's go to the map. Very nice indeed. And that is a very nice 3 command points as well. So just going to quickly update on enemy losses. Just exactly what we said at the beginning of the episode. Some very nice wins already. 45,000 tons of shipping sunk in total. And we can see just here that's the enemy carrier has possibly been sighted again. That's a real shame. I don't want to split off this group just yet though. That is certainly a high priority target, but I think what is best at the moment is just to stay out of that range of the aircraft carrier. Make sure nothing is spotted so that it doesn't launch any aircraft. And just actually to keep an eye on Guadalcanal at the moment to make sure we don't miss any cargo ships going around there. So that's the plan at the moment. Just keep a messy patrol round like that, because strategically at the moment that's what's more important is softening up the enemy, making sure they don't build too many supplies on Guadalcanal, ready for our invasion in a few days. We will be waiting to get resupplied for that, and any command points we build up, of course, in that time will help us get more ships for them, which is brilliant stuff. So let's carry on. Yeah, that's all there is to say at the moment. So yeah, let's see if we can hunt something else. Okay, we need to pause very quickly for this. This could go very well or very badly. We have once again sighted Yorktown, and we have it with our 2 submarines. This, like I say, could go very well or very badly. So we are going to get both submarines to fire on that. Absolutely can't pass that up at all. We are 8.2 kilometers away from it, so not a problem there at all. Going to go to CV Yorktown. Yep, thank you very much. Get this submarine to fire on it as well. Lovely stuff. We are going to have to turn towards it. Not a problem there. If we break with this because it's following the lead sub, not a problem. Lovely stuff. Let's just watch that over there. We are going to go a tad faster. The sea state is 3, 90% visibility. They do have wildcats in the air, likely coming back from a patrol. So we are in a spot of trouble here if we do get sighted. And they are getting ever closer to our submarines with their destroyers. So we're actually going to stop turning, get a little bit closer, go just straighter in now, I think. See what we can do with that. It's very nasty, that, isn't it? It's very nasty indeed. Okay, I'm actually going to stop now. Going to stop moving. Oh my god, if we get this. We have a very high solution already. What I'm waiting for is actually the destroyers to almost pass through us. But they are... I'm very scared that our torpedoes will either get a hit a destroyer or perhaps this ship in front. So what I'm going to do is launch all possible torpedoes at the same time as a decent spread and see what we can do with that. Hopefully they don't all hit the New Orleans here. And you know what, I'm going to do that while we have a lead on the carrier here. So let's go straight to that. Fire all torpedoes, 2-degree spread. That will carry over to the second submarine as well. So we should be firing at the same time. So we've got 8 and a 6, hopefully. Possibly not reduced to tell us to fire. Not a problem, let's tell it to fire immediately. Excellent stuff. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. Look at that. So many torpedoes in the water. If this doesn't happen, I will be so cross. I'll be fuming. 96 to 99% solution when we fired. Oh Christ. So many torpedoes in the water. Should be 14 torpedoes in the water, both 2-degree spreads. Should be very nice. Should be very nice indeed. You know what? I get a time to go on silent. Although we shouldn't have any torpedoes to reload. I don't want to dive just yet because the noise might alert them. This could be very much a hiss and run tactic here. So fingers crossed, and clench your arsehole. So good. Oh, half wishing we fired us another target as well, but you know what, I will happily take that. That is a very nice strike there. Did any of our torpedoes actually miss? Look at that list, so many torpedoes hit there. Oh, I suddenly feel that much safer. I really do. Though having said that, they have no reason to hang back now with this task force, so we might see it get a little more aggressive actually, might see it push in. But that does mean our airspace is that much safer for the moment until a bogue or something else comes in, of course. But who cares about that? Sunk a lovely Yorktown there. That is brilliant news. Very nice win today. Very nice win indeed. So what we're going to do is circle these round, actually bring them down to the flank of Guadalcanal and bring them back up to circle like that, just for now, to see if we can catch anything, see if that group, they were retreating sort of direction to the Santa Cruz Islands and such. So we are going to try and follow that, perhaps we'll catch us again. You never really know. Our total stock is running low, 7 torpedoes each, because it did get a little bit overzealous in that attack, if you do ask me, but it's worth it, it's worth it. That does add a carrier now to the total enemy sunk, and to have a carrier sunk in, what was that, day 6? Oh, very nice indeed. But let's not get too happy. Let's not celebrate too much. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We do have a couple of destroyers here. They have been patrolling in and out. If they do get much closer, I might try and hit them again. It really depends. It's got to be during the daytime while our visibility is high, so that we can get a nice solution on them. Otherwise, they're not too harmful at the moment. And that is absolutely fine by me. Looking really for higher value targets like cruisers and carriers and such. We haven't seen any supply ships recently, so when we do start getting our own supplies going, which should be an easier invasion of Guadalcanal. So let's carry on, shall we? Alrighty then. So we have actually been resupplied now. It is day 7. Not the most active of weeks, but well, I don't know, it depends how you want to measure it. We've got a lot of ships sunk already, but that's not the point. We've got 11,000 troops now and 24,000 supplies on Rabaul, and that is very nice indeed. We're going to go straight for a very large task force here. Going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 Asuma Marus for troops and 5 Kamagan Marus for supplies. Actually, yeah, we're going to go... Do want to make it... I want a submarine, not a submarine, a destroyer in there at least, because it is somewhat likely we'll get hit by a submarine, isn't it? So let's make it that. It will be in balance for troops and supplies. We will be undersupplied when we get to Guadalcanal, but we should be able to hold our own until reinforcements arrive, I think. We should be absolutely fine there. So let's do that. Not that. I said remove that. We want to click done there. And we're going to take a Yugamo from Task Force 9 to help with that. Let's load them up before we start, shall we? That'd be a good idea. So we're going to go all of these supplies and troops, thank you. That would do. So we are, like I said, going to be undersupplied a little bit, but that is absolutely fine to begin with. We can focus on supplies on our next invasion force. That's not a problem. With, like I said, we'll pick up a destroyer to help with submarines from this carrier force, and then when we get closer, we're actually going to wait around about here-ish. We're going to launch zeros to protect ourselves while we're over here, and then time it so that we invade at night and have a little bit of time to retreat before they start sending planes out. At that point we will launch our own zeros to defend ourselves then. Sounds like a good plan to me, so let's carry on and try that. Okay, so the time is now roughly 1800 hours on the 9th day, 16th of August, and that means we have 1 hour before planes stop being launched to attack people. So we're actually going to go now to the Guadalcanal. It's going to take 6.3 hours to get there, so we should get there close to midnight. Well, midnight exactly, really. That will give us some time to get in and out fairly safely. We are launching zeros. They do just have to refuel and rearm after guarding throughout the day. But that should be enough time to go in and not get spotted by radar at least. And if the zeros are needed, they should be there. So let's go see what happens, shall we? I'm going to just follow this in time for you so we can see what we're doing. Can't launch apparently. Why? That's because they are refueling. Not a problem there. Should be absolutely fine there. It is coming up to 7 in the evening, but that will mean that we have to come back home because we can't launch anymore. You can see our own scouts going back home, so that should be fine. We're going to watch Guadalcanal with this submarine. Make sure there's nothing about there to surprise us. Lovely stuff. Let's just speed up. Okay, cool. So now in range. At 20 minutes past midnight, unload all cargo, lovely stuff, get the hell out of there, straight away, thank you. So that's actually some decent progress already, but that will burn down against our favour because we are undersupplied and of course undermanned, but I think that will hold on well enough so that we can reinforce them well enough with a second invasion force. And that is very nice indeed. That will take a few days to go round though. So it is going to be a fairly slow invasion process, which we were prepared for, but it's absolutely fine. Do not worry, we will take this before running out too much of too many troops. We do have just enough troops for one more invasion. It will be, like I said, more supply focus the next invasion, and that should be just fine there. Well, after a couple of days of literally no enemy contacts, and we're looking at reinforcing the invasion on Guadalcanal in the next day or so, we have sighted a possible CV just outside of Malaysia. I get the feeling they're actually going to try and take that. We can try and sandwich them with our 2 submarine forces here, and that's exactly what we're going to do overnight here. So let's try at that, shall we? Yeah, it does look like they're going straight for it, so we will lose that if they land stuff on there. And they have, of course, landed people on there, a hell of a lot of people. We do only have 30 people on there, so can't expect to actually keep it there. It's not a problem at all. That was just to help us get a little bit of sight and to get some command points up. So let's move this group in more directly towards that. Don't think we're going to chase them or be able to catch them with this submarine here. So we're going to pull that away and actually move these just a little bit more directly to them. Try and go a little bit quicker. Pause again. Go down. Go a bit quicker. There we go. It's looking like we should be able to get it. Just move across actually over there. And there we go, right on top of them. It is midnight. Ooh, maybe we should have gone a little bit further away. We're going to have to pause this very quickly to see what we have, actually. So we do have a bogue, and it looks like we have a battleship, an Arizona, I believe. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. The thing is, we're so close to them that it's going to be a tad difficult to manoeuvre around to actually get a decent shot off on them. I'm just going to double check. The I-16 is indeed the... yeah, that's a type. We can only really need 6 torpedoes from each, don't we? It's going to be very difficult, this. Visibility is, of course, absolutely terrible. Sea status is 5, so it should be okay with sonars. Tell you what, if we break off quickly just to make sure they're both working independently. How far away are we from them? Let's just target the bogue here with that and the Arizona here with this. Just double check we are actually identifying it properly. Yeah, it's certainly not the Tennessee. It is the Pennsylvania. I don't know why I keep calling it Arizona. I believe they're the same sort of ship type. Arizona, of course, did get sunk previously. So we're going to identify this one as well as the bogue, just to make things a little more clearer for us. How are we going to approach this? We are very, very close to them indeed. Very, very close to them. How are we facing? So we're looking like this. Okay. Okay. I think what we're going to do is actually just turn around here, get a little bit of distance, go very slowly indeed, like that, and turn in as hard as we can like that. With this, we are going to move again very slowly. It is tempting to go down below periscope depth. That would of course be safer. What's this? I keep thinking it's a bogue over there. Yeah, this is going to be very tough indeed. Very, very tough indeed, because we are so close. But if we do aim properly, it will be a guaranteed hit. That's the thing here. Do want to make sure our torpedoes arm properly as well. That's going to be the problem. If we are so close, we're 1.9 kilometers away from the Pennsylvania there, and 2.4 from the bogue. Very, very close indeed. Very, very close. Don't want to go too fast because they will pick us up on sonar very likely, but the speed will help our turn, of course. But we will get too close to them if that's the case. Don't want to raise our periscopes either, but we may have to. We'll do that at the last second, I think. We're not turning here. We do want to turn. Okay. I think we've probably turned just enough actually for this. So we're actually going to sit still with our I-15 here and wait for that. We are going to fire 4 torpedoes, 1 degree spread. We are so close. We may increase that amount if our solution doesn't really get much better. Of course, it will stay low, of course, because we do have very low visibility on them. Like I said, we are planning on upping our scopes. See if that will help out in just a minute when we do get into position there. Just waiting for the I-16 to turn around. Should have done that a lot earlier. Let's just fast forward very quickly. And let's reduce our speed because we're getting very, very close to that. Very, very close indeed. Okay, cool. Okay. How are we facing with that? Very nice indeed. Okay, so we're actually going to slow down even more and up our scopes with both ships. The bogue, like I say, is the higher priority. And I think we are going to fire with this. I'm actually going to increase our torpedoes. Fired like that. And we're going to fire off now. And we're going to pause, and we're going to fire all possible torpedoes onto the Pennsylvania. We are very, very close, so that's going to have to take a very sharp turn. It's going to take a very sharp turn indeed. We might actually want to go for the Pensacola over here. We'll probably take evasive maneuvers before they get there. If only I knew what sort of distance we had to be there. Tell you what, let's take the chance, fire it off. We're going to move our submarines back to rearm after this anyway. The Bogue, like I said, is the main target. The Pennsylvania is just a prize afterwards. So we're going to fire off an emergency dive, of course, once that has gone off. It does appear to be the case. Going to pause very quickly. Tell everyone to downscope and dive. Get this one to downscope as well. See how this goes. Do look like we've got a decent actually solution here. Just hope they've activated. I suppose if they got the curve, that does mean they have activated. Yes. 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 How's the Bogue looking here? It is going to take evasive maneuvers with the Pennsylvania being struck by all of those torpedoes. And this does look very nice indeed. You can see the stream coming on down here. I think we'll be just fine. Lovely stuff. Yes. Oh, that is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. That's a magazine explosion on the Pennsylvania as well. I like it. We are, of course. Oh, that's the Pennsylvania sinking. Lovely stuff. The Bogue should be following very soon, but we're not in a position to be hit by the destroyers just yet. They will have to circle around, and the Bogue is sinking as well. I love Japanese submarines. Oh, this wouldn't have been possible with American subs. I bet you that. Oh, that is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. And depth charge capable ships are nowhere near our submarines, which is lovely stuff. Absolutely brilliant there. Very, very nice wins. Very, very nice indeed. So they may be capturing Melita, but they've lost some heavy assets in doing so. And I can certainly live with that. That is a fair trade deal as far as I'm concerned. So let's leave. Let's leave as soon as we can, because I don't want to hang around there. That is 5 lovely command points and 45,000 tons of shipping sunk in one go there. Lovely, lovely stuff. We have absolutely no torpedoes. We have 1 torpedo left, but that basically counts as nothing. So we are going to have to retreat back to Rebel with that group there. Lovely, lovely stuff indeed. We are waiting around with the supply group here until the next day, because I do want to go off again at 6 in the evening, so that we can get in and out perfectly there. With that being said, we have just sighted quite the large task force, funnily enough. So hopefully they don't come out around here. It's not likely they will. They'll probably pass through down here or go up and retreat around here, especially now that they've lost that stuff. So that is some very, very nice wins in quick succession there. Oh, I will take that very handily. It's making me tempted to get some more submarines out, actually. But I'm going to... let's get one more submarine out. Let's see. Go for a Type B, I think. Like that. And we'll bring it down over here. Lovely stuff. Just so we can have a couple of submarines active at a time. So let's carry on. Alrighty then, so it's now time for our invasion force to go in and resupply Guadalcanal. We should be able to make that fairly safely. We have seen a lot of shipping going around here, but they have been retreating backwards and forwards, not coming all the way over to Guadalcanal, so we should be just fine there. We do have our submarine here to scout out, and having said that, that's just come out of nowhere. So let's slow down, actually try and get, like, see, it's coming in and actually retreating back out straight away, but this is of course a night battle again. So we'll see how close we are. They are coming towards us. What do we have over here? So it appears that the destroyers from 2 separate task forces we hit earlier have actually merged together. I'm not going to try and hit that with our submarine. They can keep patrolling as they like there. Not a huge threat until, of course, they come into contact with our supply ships, but I think we'll be fine at the moment. They don't seem to want to come too close to Guadalcanal. We can sort this out at a much later date. And there we go. We are now in range, and just in time as well. We're not going to win with our current forces on there, but like I said, more of a supply convoy this one rather than troops, but that is going to put that certainly in our favor there, and with the amount of supplies there, that should be brilliant stuff. Just over doubled what we had troops wise on the island there, which is brilliant stuff. So we're going to retreat straight out of there and hope we don't get hit by anything, miraculously not getting hit by anything at all in that time. I'm sure we'll get hit by a submarine on the way out, of course. But that's not so bad now that we've launched our supplies or dropped them off. Absolutely brilliant there. So let's carry on, shall we? We want to get one more engagement in, see how it goes. And that'd be brilliant stuff. Oh, look out, guys. We might have another carrier on our hands here. Just going to get a little bit of distance, I think, from it, because it is the early daytime. We can afford to get us a bit of distance from it. And then I'm going to turn around and come in just a little closer to make sure that we do face it, hopefully, on the tactical map. That should be just fine there. If not, we can come in a little bit closer. And having said that, there doesn't appear to... There we go, there we go. Okay, what sort of bearing is that? That's 60. That should be... it's just behind us. That is a bit of a problem there. We are going to have to turn around. Not a problem. Let's do that. Do have a Glen in the area actually, so let's get that moving towards them. Do have some fighters though, so we are likely going to lose that Glen, so we might want to keep that out of sight. Actually, we can see the enemy now, so I am going to move the Glen out of the operational range. Not a problem. What do we have then? Oh, another big boy battleship and another Bogue. Lovely stuff. And some supply ships. Okay. Interesting. Well, again, Bogue top priority as always, and we aren't quite close enough that it's a guaranteed hit this time. I am expecting any torpedoes coming from a long range to actually hit an escorting ship. This does appear to be the same group as before. The escorting composition does appear to be identical, so we are just going to go, I think, for the Bogue this time. See what we can do about that. So let's identify it as such, shall we? CVL, Bogue, lovely stuff. And get this one on it as well. That's not the Bogue, that's a Pensacola, lovely stuff. Okay, brilliant. So let's turn around and get in like that, shall we? Let's move a bit closer now. I think we're done turning pretty much. So yeah, that will do brilliantly. We are 11 kilometers away from them, nearly 12 kilometers actually. So we are going to have to get in rather close. I will come back to you in a second when hopefully we are in range. Okay, I think we are finally close enough to them that we can launch some reliable torps that won't have to actually chase them down too much. We've gained at least 5 kilometers on them, which is brilliant stuff. I am going to launch 4 torpedoes from the I-15 at a let's go for a 2-degree spread there. We can fire that off immediately. Pause, go over to here and fire the same off from the I-16 there. Both have about a 70% solution, so that should be just good enough to hit that, especially with 2 spreads going in there. Should be okay. Again, I think the problem here is going to be in case we hit something like the ship here that is just in front of it. If we have to lead with the torpedoes too much, that may well be the case, because we're just going to have to lead it and see what happens really. But not a problem there. We could go for a second ship, maybe the County over here, but I don't want to waste our torpedoes just yet. So because the hit on the Bogue is not particularly guaranteed either. But that's not a problem. We can get that a bit later if need be. We are right on top of it. We can just go straight back into tactical if needed, and that should come up for us. So we're going to go over and see how that turns out. I think not a lot to say on the approach there. Well, if you ask me, I think we got very lucky to hit the bogue with 3 torpedoes there. That should be going down. I'm going to take a report there. It is in critical condition there, which is excellent stuff. We are going to make sure we dive down with both of our submarines and actually turn away. That's something we haven't done. We did only bring our scopes down. But yeah, very nice to get that. I believe it was an Arcturus that we hit, which is excellent stuff. That should be under already. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed to get those magazine explosions on that. It was hit by enough torpedoes anyway that it should have gone down. Despite that, we are just waiting. Oh, we hit something else. What was that? That was the 6. It suffered a magazine explosion as well. Oh, that's on the Pensacola. Oh, that is as good as dead as well. Let's take a report. That should say critical. Yes. How many torpedoes are we going to get? How many ships are we going to sink with this task force? I'll tell you what, these 2 submarines have very much paid for themselves. Got a lot of value out of them. We are going to hang around and see what happens to this bogue and of course the Pensacola. Should really go down if they're on critical both. Starting another fire on the bow there on the bogue. That is brilliant stuff. Say 3 torpedoes should definitely be enough to take that down, but we shall see. Well, the fires seem to have burnt out on the bogue and it's still not yet sunk. The same with the Pensacola. It is still on fire, of course, but not sinking. We may just have to leave that in critical condition and hope it gets scuttled at the end. Rather a bother there because nothing is actually certain. See, the fires have burnt out on the Pensacola here. So we are just cast a retreat. Oh, no, number 6 is sinking. That, I believe, was the bogue. No, that was number 3. So Pensacola's sinking. Lovely stuff. There we go. That's because the magazine went down. It's pretty much a guaranteed kill, as it should be. And if the magazine goes down there, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. That's how you do it, guys. Okay, yeah, that's how you hunt a submarine. There you go, yeah, in the way. So I bet that's minor damage as well. It's just nothing, isn't it? Yeah, there you go, minor and minor. So, yeah, bogue still about, apparently. Which could go in for another torpedo strike, thinking about that, actually. We're going to leave it, I think. It should get scuttled. No, it's not. Okay, interesting. That has got away by the skin of its teeth there. That is very unlucky. We did get a couple ships. We got the Pensacola and I believe an Arcturus. Lovely stuff. So that's less supplies and a little less cruiser stuff. It's not so bad. How many Pensacolas are there in the series actually? Where's CA? Come on, there are 2. Lovely stuff. Well, there's only 1 now. That was the Salt Lake City. Excellent stuff. So, unfortunately, though, I think that is all we have time for today, ladies and gentlemen. We've done a lot, though, to be honest. We've invaded Guadalcanal, sunk aircraft carriers, sunk cruisers. That's been juicy. Very juicy indeed. Probably gone on longer than I think it has as well. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. I'd like to hear comments in the section below as ever. Always very much appreciated and very helpful for me. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the episode and I shall see you in the future. I have been the Edified Gamer and I hope your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.